Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It is the 6th of November, 2022, and today, we finally got confirmation about just who the fuck is in charge over at DC Studios, and my God, James Gunn, he's the one who snaps. You better know his fucking name. We're going to be talking about that and a little bit more here tonight. Hollywood After Dark, folks. Smack the like, tickle your butthole, and let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. It is, of course, Sunday night. Do you know where your movie chat is? Well, it's 9:46 p.m. on the West Coast. Daylight savings time. What a day. God damn it. It doesn't really work. I'm just going to say this. It doesn't work if you're up past 2 a.m. You know, it's like that part sucks. But anyway, it's another day, and another day with a lot of information that I didn't think was going to be happening, because you know what it is? What it is, it's Hollywood. It's Sunday. A lot of craziness going on. Just want to say hey to the HWAD squad. What's up, geeks? How's it going, buddy? I see Garrick. I see Donovan. And everything. Donovan here says, I'm full flavor of Matt doing a video deep dive on Argyle and the whole mystery. I will actually be doing a deep dive on that, because here's the thing. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm scaling Hollywood After Dark back. Tonight will probably be the first little night of Extra Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to do every single night anymore, or at least 5 nights a week. It's just getting to be a little bit too much. I'm just up way too late. I got to get up way too early with the kids. It's getting to be a fair amount. So I think tonight will be a bit on the shorter side to keep it condensed for people who want to watch on the replay. And of course, you know, we'll try to keep it as fun as always. I love the HWAD squad. You guys are fantastic, but that is just where we find ourselves tonight. And then checking out here, we got Jimbo joining the stream. Jimbo, you're currently balls deep in Modern Warfare 2, if I'm correct on my assumption.
Goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Are you playing Warzone, or is it just a campaign and multiplayer?
Well, the campaign came out the 20th because most people, when a Call of Duty game comes out, they gamble between trying to get ahead and keep up with everyone else in terms of leveling up guns and multiplayer. So they just are like, hey, we'll give you the campaign early so you can actually enjoy the campaign, and then when the game fully releases, you'll have it all done, which is really smart of them to do, because it got a lot of pre-orders. And it got a lot of people talking about the story, because I feel like the story was kind of lessened in terms of voice and outreach from the last game, because everyone was just so focused on multiplayer. But it was a really great story, and the voice actors are great. All right. Far as actually, I think it's Congressman Newman from The Boys. She's one of the characters in the game, and also in the last one as well.
I can just hear your controller going off. Yeah, I can hear. It's like you're like die,
oh, dude.
Die.
Well, I'm a vector. Yeah, I'm
okay.
slaughtering. But yeah, it's
all right.
Really
well,
fun
go.
Game,
you know. Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's Call of Duty. These games are going to be hit or miss. I'll tell you this though. I don't plan on getting Modern Warfare 2 until it's on the Xbox on the Game Pass. And I say that because I bought Modern Warfare when it came out a couple of years ago, and on the PS4 it started having problems given the size of that fucking game was so massive. If I did not properly close the game before putting my PS4 into sleep mode, I would run the risk, and this happened more than twice, of it completely deleting my game from the hard drive. Removing the game.
That's something that a lot of people had issues with.
That was 150 gigs.
Yes, that's because it's basically having 2 games in one. It has so much content, and when you realize Modern Warfare had to add all of Vanguard's weapons, all of Cold War weapons, and then have all its stuff for its own game. That's what's crazy. But currently on my Xbox, they released a 50 gigabyte update to fix a lot of the bugs and issues.
Okay.
And it's currently at 122.8 gigabytes. On my PC, it's a little less. But then again, they each are having their own issue, console and PC.
Well, it's launched. It's a launch. It's how it goes.
There's just a lot. There's a lot of glitches and bugs.
Yeah.
And it's wild. I don't remember the first Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare game having this many glitches and bugs and just performance issues on launch. And a
They've
lot of
had
people, yeah. But then again,
they've
they have a
always had that
lawsuit.
though. It's just like Activision is just like, let's just get it out, we'll fix it later, sort of thing.
That's kind of
Honestly,
biting them in the
the
ass right
point I'm
now.
at right now is like, I talked about this a little bit last night. I'm just into playing like slightly older games. Games I might have missed from a couple of years ago. Like I'm going through Wildlands again. I played Wildlands in 26 or
Yeah.
2017 when it came out, and I really enjoyed it, but I never beat it. And I'm like, all right, I'll go through it again, having fun. And then I want to go through Assassin's Creed Origins and finish that up because I really loved Origins. I'm a big Ubisoft guy, so that's kind of where I'm at with this one. So, all right, I see Caden is here. What up, Caden? How you doing today? You doing good?
I'm doing well.
That's okay.
Very, very
Thank
well.
you for the energy. That
Of
lineup,
course.
that cocaine I sent you was working.
Whoa. I just have one thing. I don't know if you guys saw, but Activision is currently in a potential lawsuit over two maps that they have in multiplayer that were in the beta but weren't released with the full game. One of them is in the full game. It's I think they changed the name of it. It's like a race car race map, like kind of a F1 map. But they called it, I think, like a Grand Prix or something like that, and they changed it to Crown Royal Raceway or something like that. But they're currently in a lawsuit over that. And then there's another map that is a museum map that was in the beta that's now in the full game because it resembles like an actual
Yeah.
place in Amsterdam. So they're having multiple
Oh,
lawsuits.
that can happen. That can happen if you have that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Spherical Manor says Matt's going through an Ogilp phase, old games I like to play. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of games that like I'm a little older on, you know what I mean? And I missed out, or I just didn't get to, and or I just like there's games that I bought that I've never played, to be honest with you. Games on like I bought Hitman 3 I feel like a couple years ago. I only recently downloaded it for the Xbox because it's on Games Pass. I kind of been going through that as well. There's a lot of old games that are really good out there. There's also a lot of old movies that I want to start diving into, things that I've missed. So just to kick off tonight a little bit here, one of the things I do want to do is talk about how if you haven't seen Weird the Al Yankovic
Oh
story, my
my God.
review just went live on
Oh, it
Podio
did?
Commentary.
I
I
it's
fucking
legit
love it, dude.
top 3 best movies of the year.
I said that. I said if you would have told this, that's my cold open. I said if you would have told me that a biopic of Weird Al was one of the best films I'd see all year,
Oh my
I wouldn't
God.
believe you.
I
But
just
here
love
we
how
are.
absurd it is.
Oh my God. It's so good. It's so amazingly good. I want to watch it again. I also want to go back and just like dive into Weird Al music. So this is the thing is like last night before I started watching it, as we're getting, things prepped and set up and everything ready to go, the
Right.
kids are, they're, 4 and 3, right? So I'm like, all right, Roku had a whole bunch of the music videos and like their little Weird Al section. I'm like, all right, cool. So I started playing, I played Trapped in the Drive-Thru because I figured it was 11 minutes. It was a cartoon, should keep them going.
Right.
And then they liked it and they kept going into other songs. And my 4-year-old loves Weird Al, loves Weird Al. So
So after what I think either after or in the middle of watching it, I legit put out a tweet saying which came first, eat it or beat it. And if you watch the movie, you understand the
you get
reference.
you totally get the reference, right?
And then people were seriously voting, putting, and I hashtag Word Al, and and then I was like, oh my God. Oh
I
my goodness.
might have to redo this thumbnail. That's supposed to be me laughing, but I realize it does come across as me soy facing a little bit. I might do it. At the same time, I don't give a shit. I think the movie's great. What's up, RJ? How you feeling, man?
Hello, what's up?
Not too much. So we're just talking about Weird the Al Yankovic story. It is absurd. It is crazy. It is in
Why does
no
that
way
thumbnail
real.
make you look like you're like in massive amounts of pain?
I
You
know.
stub
I
your
was meant to
toe.
be laughing. It's just it doesn't work out very well. But then again, my review for Enola Holmes 2 is also going live in the morning. I recorded both my
That picture looks like a job
Yearbook
profile
photo.
picture.
a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm still figuring it out. Either way,
It made you smile.
it made me smile. I really enjoyed Enola Holmes 2.
I heard
Not as much.
I heard it's a Henry Cavill spin-off movie. That's what I heard.
Well, so there's okay. Real quick though, the thing I forgot to mention about Weird Al is it was shot in 18 days and it was for $8 million.
Yeah.
And you would not know that by watching it.
Oh no, you wouldn't. I mean, the Dr. Demento pool party scene, I probably named pretty much everyone. Without them naming anyone, I pretty much named everyone before they
Wait,
even
the actor,
themselves.
playing the character, or like the
No, the
character
actual characters. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
oh, that's the people from Queen. That's Pee Wee Sherman. Like even before
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
Not
not Sherman.
not. But did you notice? Did you notice Conan O'Brien had a cameo in that bit too?
Yes, as Andy Warhol.
but
and Salvador Dali.
But I don't want to ruin it. Like the thing is that scene is great. The whole movie is great.
I mean, that whole pool scene is great.
The whole pool scene is fantastic. That's where I think most of the budget went, if you want my honest opinion.
Probably.
But you get a lot of stuff there. Also, Jess here for $2. Thanks, Jess. Says, who hates Weird Al? Some people do. There's comments last night talking about it, how much people dislike Weird Al. I don't get it. I've been a fan for well over 30 years. I'll be a fan until the day I die. This movie is hysterical. And the fact that they shot it for as cheap as they did in the time frame that they did, and it's as good as it is. I mean, and Daniel Radcliffe gives a great performance.
Oh my god!
And also Evan Rachel Wood, who normally I don't like. Yeah, I normally don't like her. Period. And I thought she was really good in the role. So
if really good fictional Madonna.
She really was. So here's the thing. So I would say, like, as far as streaming movies goes, I know Chip and Dale won best streaming movie this year. I think this could be up for next year. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
Well, it's like
Roku. Is this Roku?
Okay.
Like if I were to rank the three like big, huge like streaming movies that came out this year, like Hocus Pocus 2, Weird, and Chip and Dale, I put Chip and Dale, and Hocus Pocus 2.
I really loved Hocus Pocus 2, but I think this is better. Like I think this is also, it speaks to me more of just like my old long-term fanboyisms.
Right.
But the thing with this one that I thought, I was laughing all the way through it. I love how like it takes itself so seriously. The first scene with the two record executives, that was hysterical. Again, without going into it, without spoiling stuff. I spoil some stuff in the review. I keep saying I'm not going to do it, but then like at the end, I'm like, how can I not talk about this ending? It was great. My God, check it out. It's so good. And then going back over to the Enola Holmes thing here. I really enjoyed it. Really, do you know what? This is actually an original story. It's not another version. It
does their own thing with the mythology. Yeah.
How weird is that they actually took a sequel, and instead of adapting another book, did they
adapt the book for this one?
No, this is a completely original story. It's based and it's inspired by true events. The movie starts off and it says like inspired by true events partially, or this is based on true events or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't even know what I'm looking at when they say that. By the end of the movie, you're like, oh, that was real. Holy shit. Okay, cool. And it ties into the themes put forward in the first movie. My only thing that sucks though is like I really, really liked Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes.
In the first movie I really liked him, and I was like, what sucks now that we know, but like before, like I was like, I really want a Henry Cavill Sherlock Holmes like movie or special or something, like give us something at least, you know?
Yeah, they need to give us some. Well, that's the problem with that though, is I feel that because he was asked about this actually, and he basically was like, well, I'm really busy now, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man,
bro, he really butthurt over the fucking Witcher situation. I can't blame him.
I don't blame him, but at the same time, it's like I hope he comes back for Enola Holmes.
To do Sherlock Holmes.
I would hope he comes back to do it. Netflix. It's a fun role. He did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And then yes, as Spherical Man asking, that is Helena Bonham Carter behind Millie Bobby Brown. Her role in the second, it was a setup thing for the third movie in my opinion. But my review of this goes live at 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, youtube.com/Podio commentary. And again, I'm trying to spend more time watching movies and then just put out my thoughts on them because I had fun with both of these films. I really, really, really had fun with both of these movies. I still got to get back into the horror. So Barbarian, VHS, and Hellraiser are on my list for this week. So there's definitely that one, but we can continue moving on. We also found out today that Stranger Things 5's first episode is called The Crawl, and a lot of speculation on that one. Of course, Matt Ramos there.
It's the first one.
The first comment, right?
It's about alligators. It's going to be a parody of the Crawl movie that came out.
Yeah.
Hey, Crawl was a good fucking movie, though.
I cannot watch that. I will freak the fuck out. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's something. Like I've had nightmares of that type of shit. Of like also like the world like flooding and shit, and my house is like underwater and shit like that. and like sharks are swimming around. It like freaks me out. So like seeing that, like that's like kind of the basis of that movie. It just freaks me out too much. I cannot. No, I could not.
Well, I mean, I saw Crawl a couple of years ago in theaters, and I just really enjoyed the smaller scale of it. And I think that's like, as we, because we spend a lot of time on this show and on other fucking shows here on YouTube talking about like big, big blockbuster movies and everything else. And I don't know, I've been having more fun with the smaller films. Like the fact that Terrifier 2 had like no promotion and just word of mouth, and it took it up to $10 million. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's outstanding.
And the movie is like, it's such a violent fucking movie. Look at Smile though. The movie had like a small budget, I think like under 10 million, and it did 100 million domestic.
I just watched that today. I thought it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Like it's like a very similar kind of like a horror structure, or like plot line of like a contagious demon type thing, or like that. Like there's tons of movies that have that like one singular detail to it. But man, I really enjoyed the way the story went and like the acting. Oh my goodness. Like I definitely enjoyed it.
Nice. Well, so going back to the Stranger Things 5 here, was there anything else today that they announced? Because I didn't really see anything that was groundbreaking.
The
No,
VR
really.
game.
The VR game. I saw the VR game
there's
trailer.
a VR. It's a VR game where you apparently play as Vecna, so you see like what the world looks like through Vecna's eyes, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's another, and there's like some mobile games that they're working on.
Okay, real quick. Oh, real quick here. Rhea here says Terrifier 2 bangs. Have you heard the rumor, Rhea, that the lead actress is 44 years old? That Lauren Lavera is, there people, so like there was a typo or something on like one of her resumes, I guess, online, and people saw that she was born in 1978 because she plays a high school senior in Terrifier 2. So all these people are like, oh, she's 44 years old, and then so she's out there like not everything you read is real. I think she's like 34. She's definitely like in her 30s.
What I'm like, okay, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell like either early 30s or like late 20s.
She's in like her early 30s. She's like, she was in Iron Fist, the show.
Yeah.
She was in Iron Fist and whatever. So she's been around for a while, and I'm really, really, really happy that that this movie's doing as well as it is. And it's not to say that it's the best movie I've ever seen. It really isn't. But like, I really like the fact that this character is just getting himself like out there and like in a way that like is really what I feel like disrupting the system, and like, and right now, I think I'm also very apathetic towards studios where I'm at right now. Like, I'm like, I don't fucking care about your problems. Just give me decent shit. And then here comes this movie about a fucking clown that like does some horrendous stuff in these movies. And yet the audience is all like, yeah, no, I dig this. Like, and it's not
the first Art the Clown appearance.
No, I need to see him in the short film. Yeah,
no,
I gotta see the short
circle.
film.
It's the Ninth Circle.
Well, yeah, that's another one that really kind of that one was like the initial, but All Hallows Eve is what brought us Terrifier. His appearance in that as well.
Yeah. But the fact that they took the first movie and they made it for 100,000, and it's very it's very minimalized in how they put it together, and then the second one came out for $250,000 budget. Probably maybe up to $1 million if you account for like some marketing and whatever else, and it's gone and grossed 10 million theatrical domestic, and then never mind what it's done on digital, and people are talking about it. Like, look, I head over to like 4chan's TV board to see what they're talking about over there, because you'd be amazed at what they talk about as kind of like ahead of the curve sort of thing. If something drops, they're talking about it, and it's just nonstop Terrifier 2 over there. But a lot of it though is about the actress Sienna, and like they're like, she's basically going off about how attractive she is. Like it's someone's like, I saw someone posting gifs of Art the Clown, and someone responds, just post Sienna in the shower so I can go to bed.
Oh my god,
Jesus!
You guys are fucking pervs. But anyway, here's this next one. This is interesting here. I think this needs to be talked about more because it's kind of crazy to think about that Cameron is prepared to wrap things up with Avatar 3 if the sequels aren't profitable.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I mean,
So
I
he's
can
probably
see.
going to put the footage that he shot for 4 in this if 2 doesn't do well.
Basically, everything depends on how 2 does. If 2 does well, they'll make 4 and 5. If it doesn't do, if it's not profitable, they won't. So
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Darkness. Have a good one, buddy. We'll talk soon. Yeah, well, well, I agree with Donovan, not on Disney's watch. Or he says, don't think it's going to fail, not on Disney's watch. No, the marketing hasn't kicked in yet.
I will say this, though. I do think there's a possibility that he will not direct Avatar 4 and 5.
Well, they're already one act into Avatar 4, so he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Probably 5 he won't direct, but 4 he will definitely.
Wait, no, I think he's in it. I think he's in it.
Okay, hold up. So they're already starting like the writing and kind of pre-production of like the next.
Knows the story. How 4 and 5.
Like, what do you mean by that?
So well, real quick here. This is what he says. The quote. Then we can get into the other stuff. He says the market could be telling us we're done in 3 months, or we might be semi-done, meaning okay, let's complete the story within movie 3, and not go on endlessly if it's just not profitable. We're in a different world now than we were when I wrote this stuff. Even it's the 1-2 punch, the pandemic and streaming, or conversely, maybe we'll remind people what going to the theater is all about. The film definitely does that. The question is, how many people give a shit now? The answer to that is a lot of people still give a shit. They do. You can argue the apathy, but 13 million on the re-release, that's pretty decent. That's pretty good. If this movie opens in China, China will carry Avatar to Avatar 5 because Disney's going to want that China money, and China is absolutely going to want to bring in Avatar because it's not offensive. You know,
it's huge over in China.
Yeah,
so I mean,
at least in
China
numbers.
is going to be interesting because like I just don't know. I would assume Avatar would be a safe bet to get a Chinese release date, but like. It's just been really weird with China and Hollywood. I don't even think Avatar is really guaranteed at this point. I really don't. I think it has a better chance than other movies, but still, things are kind of like weird right now. So.
I think the fact that they re-released Avatar 1, like last year, and it crossed over did really well to put it back in the number 1 globally.
Well,
they're not going to.
That I think to tell us if 3 and is profitable, if China, France, and the UK do well, because those were the top 3 places for internationally for the first Avatar.
Okay.
So if those places do well, then I guarantee that it will probably do pretty much similar to what Avatar did the first time.
Well, what I think the biggest problem with Avatar is the length of time. Right? Like when I was rewatching the first movie again, I really like it. I do. I really, really like it. But you start to kind of feel its length about 2 hours and 15 minutes in. And it's not to say that it's like not a good experience, but I'm also, to be honest with you guys, I'm at a point where I'm also just completely done with 3D. I don't care anymore. And that might have also been the other side of that. I wear glasses. So sitting down and watching a 3D movie that is more than like 2 hours, it starts to really wear on me after a while. Now, the thing with Avatar is my dad is going to buy I bought the tickets for the last one. He's buying the tickets for this one. So like, that's kind of our thing. But I'm also like not really looking forward to Avatar in 3D. I would rather just see it in normal, and experience it that way. But that's also, that's not the reason why these movies are being made. I don't agree with Nick here saying Avatar 4 and 5 are going to be those Disney pay-per-view movies like Mulan in 2020. That shit's pretty much dead.
No.
That shit's Bob Chapek ain't going to do that shit.
Yeah, the premium stuff is not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. What's
they said that,
Jimbo, what do you got here on screen?
Oh, it's just I googled like the box office for the first Avatar in China just to kind of say like pretty like at least this is what initially it says. $202 million.
Wow.
That's just China. So when you say that China could just carry Avatar to the 5th movie, I mean probably.
I mean, it's still, if you look down there at the bottom, it says, is Avatar popular in China? It's always been popular. It still holds a 9.3 out of 10 on popular movie site Maoyan, and sporting at the 202 million. I mean, China, look, man, China is not going to, they're not going to fuck with Avatar. Like that is just, they're not going to fuck with Avatar. They're going to keep that thing making as much as they can. And I totally understand that. Like, I totally get that. It makes all the sense in the world. My concern is Cameron. I don't think Cameron is stupid. I do think that Terminator Dark Fate, I think it spooked him. if you want my honest opinion.
It probably
And
did, yeah.
I think like trying to understand the legacy of it, what's going on, and make sure you get it right. So but at least we know that he's doing Avatar 2 and Avatar 3. So whatever is going to be the through line between those films and wrap up whatever arcs that they have, that's going to be okay with me. I don't, as much as I'm curious to see Avatar 4 and Avatar 5, I don't think that they're necessary. 2 and 3 could be a lot of fun. I don't know, but I'm really wondering how things are going to turn out as we get closer to this, like especially when the reviews come out. Like, what are the critics going to say? You know what I should do? I should look through my email, and I should find the email of the woman who got me in to see The Rise of Skywalker when I went to go see that early, and I should email her and try to get a press ticket to go and see Avatar 2, and then fly my ass to LA. I mean,
That'd be cool.
yeah, I will. I would call up. I call up like Louis Lecca again. Like, hey, let me crash on your couch. No, you wouldn't do that. Actually, you know who I would call? I would call probably. I probably end up calling Vito Gasoldi. And be like, yo, I got tickets. Let me crash on your couch and give me a ride to the airport in the morning, and I'll take you with me to see Avatar. You'll make money. But no, I'm excited to see what they do with Avatar. I just think it's going to be very very fascinating to see where it goes. Oh, okay, so Caden here is bringing up the Avatar worldwide grosses. This is from Box Office Mojo. So let's bring this up real quick on screen. All right, so what we have here is showing that the domestic bring home was 749 million. I don't see it doing 749 for the OG release. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No.
Yeah, no.
But it still did well. Austria pulled in some money, 16 million total. I mean, France and Germany did pretty well. France did surprisingly good.
Yeah, like
Italy,
I said,
93 million. Wow.
France and Italy and Germany and the UK. If it doesn't pull China, then whatever. But those three places are really.
Dude, look at
important.
Spain though.
Spain too.
100.
Spain. I was like,
wow.
What the heck?
Wow.
Like,
I mean, I can see the UK rocking that 147.
Yeah.
But fucking Spain?
Right.
That's nuts. I didn't even know that looking at that information before.
I'm not gonna lie, like I really want to see Avatar 2 in the theater, but like I went to see Black Adam in the theater, and my theater I always go to it's just turned to shit now. So like it's just like, dude, like it's like, first of all, they have like no workers, which is obviously pandemic, and like no one wants to work or just do that. But it's just like the quality of the theater, at least my theater, has gone down significantly. I'm almost debating on going to like the IMAX theater just to like get a better experience. It's like, bro, they gypped us and kind of like scammed us out of a large bowl of popcorn. They gave us like this tiny ass bag and said, yeah, this is a large. I'm like, okay, buddy, you are a movie theater and you ran out of large buckets and there's like no one here. Okay.
Well, there's been lots of problems with theaters, especially with low staffing, in many different areas and whatnot. So I think theater owners need to recognize that with the changing of where things are, the paradigm shift, that we definitely need to, or they need to start really ramping up how they do things. And if they don't, then they're just going to find themselves absolutely screwed.
Like, I want to support the theater, but like, bro, I want to go and like actually have a good experience. Cause like Black Adam was like a mid movie, but like what really like took my eye, or like took kind of like my focus, was just how shit the theater going experience was with that. In terms of just like, the concessions. Like, I literally could have walked into my theater, not even buy a ticket, and just went to the theater. There's like absolutely no fucks given. I'm just like, I'm just wondering, like, what the hell is going on? Like, it was so, I was so amazed by it. I'm like, what the hell?
I honestly don't even know what the fuck you're saying right now. Like, so you went to the theater and there was no one there? Like,
no.
Employers or no? What?
So, like, if you go, like, know how when you go to a theater, like, there's always, like, you buy a ticket and stuff like that, and then you go up, like, almost, at least, like, in the Marcus Theater, there's this lady that, like, grabs your tickets and stuff and, like, tells you, like, okay, you gotta go on this side or this side, and this is your theater. There's no one in like there's no person at kind of like that booth that like
Yeah,
at the
there's no ticket checker.
yeah, exactly. There's no one there, and there's like maybe one person at like the actual desk that sells the tickets. If you already have like if you need to buy them at the store.
Well, most people buy online these days. They just
Yeah.
reserve. So there's really not much of a need. The
Right.
Yeah, but
the
they don't
average
have like the machines to like scan and say, all right, instead you know.
well, they should. Yeah, they need to have someone there for that. I mean, look, when I went to
they
the
didn't-
theater in LA, we did paper tickets, and so my part of my job at the end of the night was to organize those paper tickets and like stacks of 25, and then staple them and then put them in a little like a fucking plastic baggie. Had all of our ticket stubs for the day in case we were audited like that. Having the having the scan ability is fine with me. I think that's great. Anyway, we got 107 people watching right now, guys. Only 23 likes. I think we're rocking a 25% like to watch a ratio. We could get higher.
Offended
might hit the like
by
button.
that
So-
ratio.
So yeah, he's offended by the ratio. But here's the thing with this, right? If this next subject is going to be one that I think a lot of people are going to get a little bit,
Does it feel
oh yeah, Caden, that message you said, yeah, I saw that last night. Yeah. If you want to send me
Yeah.
that, we'll pull it up real quick as I talk about this.
okay?
But so I want to talk a bit more about Black Adam. So there was some stuff today that came up. All right. Deadline reported Black Adam chomping on Crunchyroll's One Piece film Red at weekend box office. And then The Rock came out and said, what a strong piece of Black Adam business to wake up to. Our film will be #1 movie in the world for the third week in a row. Makes me very happy. Ultimately, we should want our theatrical business to thrive as we work through and past COVID. So, I mean, like, look, he comes out and he's doing the promotion shit, right? Never mind that the movie, yeah, sure, #1 in its third week with almost no competition. But now everyone's reporting on what it's going to pull in globally, and that's where things have gotten kind of crazy here. So Luis Fernando says Black Adam crossed $300 million globally, grossing 25.4 million on third weekend overseas, 35% drop from last weekend for a 182.3 million international film over 76 markets, allied to the 137.4 million here in the United States. It's 319.7 million, 400 million locked, eyeing a 410 to 430 global run without China. And that is, I mean, like, not to say that, like, China has to be everything now, but I mean, that is, way lower than all of us were expecting.
I was really hoping it would get at least about like 500, 600 million.
Yeah,
At least
thought-
600 million.
That's low. That's way lower than what I was kind of thinking. I was thinking like maybe at most it would hit like 550,
Mm.
just based
Well,
on
well,
like
the thing is, like, the domestic box office like slowed down, but I was really expecting the international box office to pick up the slack, and it's not having horrible legs. The legs are pretty decent, it's just that the numbers aren't very big to start off with. That was the issue. It didn't open big. If
Yeah.
it opened bigger and kept these legs, we'd be in a different conversation, but it didn't open big. It opened like 66 or whatever it was. So,
Yeah, I thought it was, I mean, like the thing is, well, here's the thing. Blessing says here, hopefully they could at least break even. Well, with 410 worldwide, that is considered breaking even for the most part. The movie, I think, will probably do pretty well on home video. But, I mean, even, like, this isn't, look, it's on par. I was watching Grace's video today, which that was hard to get through because she's out there just attacking Andor like constantly. Like, what are you doing, lady? But anyway, she was saying that. Wait, say that again?
No, I said she likes the show like a lot, but she keeps attacking it. It's so weird.
Yeah, I know. Instead of being, by the way, Andor is the shit. Go watch Andor. My God, watch Andor. But looking at like the way this movie is rolling, she says it's on par with Hobbs and Shaw, but I'm looking at it more as being on par with Jungle Book, and that still had the early release, the premium release over there at Disney. The $30 and whatnot, which we don't know how much it grossed on those sales, but theatrically it did cross 100 million domestic. But
wait, what do you mean by Because on Jungle Book, it did like almost $1 billion.
Jungle Book didn't do almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
What?
It did actually. Caden's correct. It made about $960 million.
Wait, Jungle Book or Jungle Cruise?
Oh, the Jungle
Oh,
Book.
I'm like-
Well, I think you kept saying Jungle Book. I'm
I
saying
did I say
right
Jungle
now.
Book?
You said Jungle
My
Book.
bad,
That
my
was
bad,
really
my
And you
bad,
said
my bad,
Disney.
Jarbo, my brain
my
hurts.
bad,
Help.
my bad. Jungle
like-
Cruise.
I was like,
Yeah,
Fight.
Jungle Cruise
Worldwide,
was
worldwide,
the
220 million.
But that was also
Okay.
a pandemic movie release day and date on that.
Yeah,
premium
there we
plus
go. See,
service.
here we go on this one right here.
okay.
220. I'm like, Jungle. I'm okay. I got it so wrong on this one. Jungle Cruise. Yeah. Jungle. Dude, both movies sucked. Okay. Right. Like, Jon Favreau, I love as a
I watched
director.
Jungle Cruise. It was okay. It was
It
fun.
was, dude. It was
I don't
so.
bother
It was like,
watching
come on.
that.
Look, it's the first half of the movie was good.
It's a fun
It was
movie. It's fun.
I don't know. I really didn't care. When it went into Uncharted 2 territory for the final act of the film, which, let's be fair, it totally did.
But I liked that though. It was kind of cool.
It was, yeah. Jungle. It was okay.
He's like, you know what? Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's Uncharted 2 with live action. Like, come on, how could I hate that?
No, I would prefer Tom Holland in that role because I enjoyed Uncharted.
The Rock's a better action star than Tom Holland. At least
You
in
need
that
to shut
regard.
your filthy whore mouth. That's,
Shut the
No,
fuck up, RJ.
but anyway, look, we
God
okay.
damn it.
So we don't know. We do not know what
know
Jungle
if-
Cruise
what this
did
would've
on
done.
the Disney on the premiere. We don't know
Well,
what it did.
Yeah. I mean, also, like, honestly, I don't want to, like, personally, I feel like
Ralph's right.
You'll be
Just watch
wrong.
1999 The Mummy.
it would be wrong to, like, compare a movie that came out in, like, late 2019, early 2020, and 2020 and 2021, all through the pandemic, honestly, to movies that came out after and before, honestly. Because, like, because there was something withholding people from going to theaters to see a movie.
Well,
While-
yeah.
You know, so that, I don't know. That's just me.
Real quick side note here, just if you happen to be a fan of buying physical media, The Lost Boys 4K UHD Blu-ray digital is $10 at Best Buy. I'm going to Best Buy, 100%. And pick that one up.
Bro,
yeah,
that
you
is
shall not go.
one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely. I've seen that movie probably hundreds of times, dude.
I love this from Anthony. Another stream bashing the rock. We're looking at the data. We're looking at the data, man. The data is showing us that the world
Isn't
does
there
not
supposed
respond.
to be a
Yeah, The
Jungle
Rock-
Cruise 2?
Dude, stop lying.
yeah, they keep
Jarbo.
talking
We
about
hate
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
The Rock.
Like,
And yeah, I'll watch Jungle Cruise too, but I feel like the director has made better movies with Liam Neeson than he has with The Rock.
The Rock
Don't
And
you
I-
dare!
on his
Don't you
plate.
No,
dare.
it's true. He did. He did. Like, dude, fucking Nonstop is an amazing movie. If you haven't seen Nonstop, it is so fucking good. You know? So he's done good work before. It's like, the problem though is that The Rock as a producer and a star is bringing these mid-ass scripts. You know, a director could look, both Black Adam and Jungle Cruise were directed well. I feel the biggest problem with Jungle Cruise was like the scripting, and Jesse Plemons, who I normally like as the German prince, was just very awkward.
I think, yeah, that was the miscast. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but Ephraim Ramirez was good. I liked him quite a bit, you know. Or no, I'm not. Is it Ephraim or is it Edgar? Is it
Edgar.
Edgar? Ephraim Ramirez is the
really
guy
liked
from
White-
Napoleon Dynamite.
Right.
Oh
I
my
really liked Whitehall as Blunt's brother. That was
He was
That was
great. He was great. He was.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was good casting. And Blunt, look, Emily Blunt and Dwayne had great chemistry. I'm no
Yeah, they
denying
did.
that. But I will say this: though, the end of the movie when they're in London and like he's mortal and they're together now, that felt so out of place for me. Like I feel
Yeah.
like he should have like also perished alongside them just because like he's now at the end of his journey. But
Well,
they're like, no, The Rock can't die.
well, no. I felt like it was fine for him to stay alive because he wasn't like he didn't have the Pacific same curses as them. But I feel like the scene it felt off because it was just that like The Rock was playing that scene as if like the dude that he was playing had no clue what this car was. And he dumbed
But
it
that
down
suit
so
looked
much.
ridiculous, though. I get
And
why
the
they
suit
did it.
looked- Yeah.
But it was so ridiculous. Like he's meant to be this badass. It's like, here's this giant, like purple tuxedo and, you know, like early 1900s England. But I think, look, Emily Blunt was definitely the star of that movie, in my opinion. I think she did an amazing job. Her
Oh, yeah.
brother, well cast. Look, I'll tell you one of the things that most impressed me about Jungle Cruise, because I'll be positive about it. I like that they included the pink dolphins,
Yes.
because in the Amazon they actually have freshwater pink dolphins. Not a lot of people know that.
Right.
It was in the movie. I was impressed. I need to, I'll watch it again. I'll see, pop it on for my kids or something. Give it a shot.
I just realized that The Rock has so much on his plate right now.
He does have a lot on his plate.
He's a very busy man.
But let's talk about. So he's a
Red Nose sequel 2 and 3.
Don't forget
Jumanji movie.
The red one. He's also doing the red one
that he's doing right now.
Wow,
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of mid movies.
Oh my god! Wow.
Like, I mean, no, and it's very true. He's got a lot going on, and good for him. I'm glad he's working.
Yeah.
But but again, let's talk about the true hierarchy of power being changed in the DCU. That, of course, is our boy James here, looking like a fine hipster Colonel Sanders. He's like, I say.
He does look like Colonel Sanders.
He does look like a hipster Colonel Sanders. If he does not cosplay, like go with that for Halloween at one point in time in his life, I'm going to feel personally aggrieved.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Red Notice 2 is happening. We know that, Donovan.
Yeah.
We know that, Donovan.
I remember when people were speculating that that he was playing Santa in the Guardians special. Holiday special.
Gunn is?
I don't remember this at
Yeah.
all.
I just want Howard the Duck to come back for a shot. I just want us to get a little bit more Howard the Duck, because I think that's going to be great.
Yeah.
But either way, look, James Gunn, okay. There's a lot of hatred, I think unfairly, thrown at James Gunn, who has been nothing but polite and nothing but kind, right? And today really affirmed that. Like, he had to come out, because yesterday we had the big release the Ayer cut movement that I feel, had its impact. It did a couple 100,000 tweets, like this morning, David Ayer, he was so funny. Yesterday, David Ayer didn't tweet release the Ayer cut, but this morning he tweeted out release the Ayer cut. And that got a lot of people really hyped up. And then, of course, out of nowhere comes a series of tweets from James Gunn that just, upended everything, right? And so this is what he says today. He says, opened up Twitter at the end of a long creative weekend to see the many tweets to hashtag Save Legends of Tomorrow and hashtag Release the Ayer Cut, and fan support for other DC projects over the years. The majority of these requests were enthusiastic and respectful. As the new and first ever CEOs of DC Studios, Peter and I think it's important that we acknowledge you, the fans, and let you know that we hear your different desires for the pathways forward for DC. Although our ability to interact on Twitter has been lessened due to the workload of our new positions, we are listening and open to everything as we embark on this journey, and will continue to do so for the next few years. But our initial focus on the story going forward is hammering out the new DCU and telling the biggest story ever told across multiple films, television shows, and animated projects. We invite all of DC fandoms from across the multiverse and everyone else as well into this new universe, and we can't wait to reveal more. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, as a whole, it tells me that, yes, like this past week, they have been clamoring to, figure out the plan for the next 4 years, and of course the 10-year plan as well. As like they're like, okay, let's whatever, and that they're telling a huge story across film, TV, and animated projects, which the animated projects part is very interesting too to me. And then that they're like,
because that's good.
Yeah, that's
right.
Because really cool.
We've all been kind of complaining about DC animated recently, being like,
right.
What are you guys doing? What's happening?
And
over there?
And also how Zaslav has been cutting animation, so it's good to know that he's not cutting animation in the DC department area. So that's good to know. So like some of this stuff is really good, reaffirming on stuff we know already, and also letting us into like on small details, and then also saying that they're focused on the new plan. They're not focused on the past. They're not focused on they're focused on Gunn and Safran's plan for DC.
Do you want me to jump in and say what I think about this?
Yeah, well, that's why you're here.
Okay. So, reading this, just to be brutally honest, I think it's a very nice statement. I think it's better communication than we've ever seen from any executive, honestly. It's very transparent, it's honest, and I think this is exactly what they need to come out and do. Any executive who took over DC, this level of transparency, this level of communication. It's a very well written statement. However, just being brutally honest, I think what it is, it's a very nice way of saying, we hear you. Thank you for voicing some things that you're excited for and what you want. But we need to make it very clear from the start that we are focused on the future and the story we're working on right now. And we're not really going to be focusing on stuff in the past at this point. Doesn't mean that things couldn't change, but I think it's a very clear message being like, hey guys, thanks, but focus on the future, focus on the here and now. Give us a chance, give us an opportunity to tell the stories we're ready to tell you, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. So
Yeah.
But
again, I'm like right at the edge. I'm like borderline. I almost want to say it's a very nice way of saying to move on, but I don't think it's that necessarily.
I mean, also, it like with this thread and then like the earnings call where Zazzle was like saying no 2.5-hour movie, no movie has helped us for direct to consumer streaming on HBO Max, which is like weird, but he's saying that so we're no longer doing that. And then this thread is very much telling that air cut is a low % chance of happening. Like, no matter if Aaron and Gunn are friends, it's just a matter of data that they are pushing and how they're going to focus on the future and not dwell on the past. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, so let's kind of talk about the response to this, because Moisture did drop the super chat here a few minutes ago. Thank you, Moisture. And says, anyone notice boycott WB trending today? So it was, and it is for trending for you, especially if you're on Twitter and you talk about any of this stuff in regards to Warner Brothers or movies. But looking at nationwide, not trending at all. Never even cracked the top 50 all day. So boycott Warner Brothers is a response to what James Gunn has put out today, and people's crying about it. It has not moved the needle.
Legit, the first tweet I see.
Oh, so many people.
Hold on.
Okay, and bring it up here. Here we go.
Yeah, the first tweet I see is this exactly the same plan that Hamada and Emmerich were making. Nothing changes. It's the same old shit. Hashtag boycott.
Oh, that second guy, that Alexandra guy, that's like the new Geralt. Like literally all he does is like tweet out, "We're gonna get this trending." Like it's literally it's the Geralt model.
It's how much you want to bet it's his new account?
No, because Geralt has his account still. But he's more positive and nice now. This guy took over like the.
Did he get laid? What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
And then Scientology.
Was he retweeting it or was it promoted? Is he retweeting it or is it promoted? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's hilarious though.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, it's all like, it identifies a cult. 100%. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that were, definitely a lot of people were looking at Syl and looking at.
They've never seen a dime from me. Hope you fail worse than Hamada.
Yeah. What is this? Like, you're getting like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the whole Rock and Jesus Christ, Jimbo. When it comes to the Rock and the whole thing with bringing back Henry Cavill, it's like, is it going to be enough with this fan base? Is Warner Brothers, and this is a legit, honest question, are they now saddled with Henry Cavill and they're like, fuck, what do we do with him? Because if this shit is like, not as popular as social media makes it out to be, and as people have moved on, or they're not happy with the fact that they're moving for a new story, right? Like, especially with the air cut shit.
Deja vu with this and the Ansarnoff thing.
A little bit, yeah. But this is like he comes out and says, "Look, because did you?"
Well, no, this is better than the Ansarnoff thing. Because at least with the Ansarnoff thing, it was like, no, we're not doing this and that.
The response is what?
What am I taking the L on for this one, Mladen?
Mad Turkey Max wants to know.
Oh, I taking the L for being wrong about Snyder fans based on Gunn's tweets. Saying that most were respectful.
Oh, most are respectful.
Dude, that's just fucking.
Fan base is respectful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all PR bullshit, dude. But
look,
it is.
Gunn. Let's see.
Oh God, fire James Gunn. It's just... What is this here?
It's just that one person like replying.
Oh, you should see Mercury's tweets. Though. Those were a blast today.
Oh,
I'm happy I'm blocked.
I'm blocked by
still.
all these guys. So I don't
it's just
see
funny how
any
like
of this
look, following,
follows you.
like
stuff. Weird.
we don't really.
You know, really thought Gunn
well-
was going to ever release the Ayer cut for his quote-unquote friend, David Ayer. Please be fucking real.
Well, is this the one I got here real quick here? Oh no, this is another one. Sorry, bring that back up there.
Yeah.
I thought I got it because there was a commentary about how, like, I saw some images of James Gunn who are just like, yeah, here we go. That they wanted to, he supports it. But the thing is, though, it's not the problem with the Ayer cut is, again, as I keep saying, I think Margot Robbie is the biggest roadblock for that.
Well, also,
And-
too, how do you release this? Because, like, you have your CEO of your company saying, I'm not a fan of these streaming movies. They don't do anything for us.
Yeah.
They're not going to drop this Ayer
So,
cut.
the thing
in
is,
theaters. I'm sorry,
like-
they're just not.
How if there's like a report saying that James Gunn tried and then Zaslav said no because of that, then I'll probably believe it because Zaslav does not want direct-to-consumer movies. He wants movies to be theatrical.
Yeah.
Um,
So releasing the Ayer cut, whatever money they have to invest into that right now is not worth it for them.
that worth
on a financial
because then,
level.
because if they have to it's like $7 million just to put on HBO Max, they're like, even that is too much. Like he's like
Right, and I
one-
wanted to mention, too, this is something I don't think should get ignored either. I'm not saying Gunn is against the release of it, but if he's planning out, like, a continuation of his Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad storyline, do they really want to muddle the waters and release, like, an Ayer cut right now when they could be, like, pushing forward that storyline right away? Do they want, like, that would just cause confusion potentially, too. Like, they have to find the right time to release it if they want to. So...
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation because look, we have to be realistic about this. All right, McLeod, I see your thing there. I don't quite know. We're kind of talking about that a bit. I don't know what you're exactly talking about. I haven't seen anything involving Zaslav on backtracing, so spamming it repeatedly is not gonna. I don't have an answer for you. Sorry, but they need to move forward. And obviously there's the implication there about going into the biggest story ever told across multiple films, television shows, and animated projects.
Oh yeah. They're following the new Marvel
The
Studios
Waller.
model.
Yeah.
Waller.
But it makes
And-
sense. But that's what.
Well, no, I agree. It makes sense because the Marvel model right now is everything we produce needs to connect in some way to our overarching story, or
Right.
at least be part of the same continuity.
And that
Which
has
makes
benefited
sense.
them. That's
I
benefited
can
them
Yeah.
quite a bit. So
I also
and
can see the animated stuff can be how how Marvel's doing specials. I can see them doing animated specials, or like an animated anthology series, doing like origins on smaller characters, like do the Adam Strange project, but not how it was in different multiverses and universes, but have it in the canon DC.
I was going to mention that line, that tagline in the tweets, the biggest story ever told. I can see that'd be
Yeah.
like a marketing tagline that they came up with.
well, it also kind of sounds like the greatest story ever told, which isn't that a reference to the Bible?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But all right. So real quick here. Oh yeah. I guess there we go. I had it up on the screen. I didn't realize.
That's what
I
I'm
did.
saying. Like he's super positive now. It's so weird. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's so weird. Like he just got laid. It says here, James Gunn is acknowledging the fans and trying to bring it all together. This is happening for the first time at DC. He has my respect for this and my support for whatever he does with the DC universe. Welcome to the new DCU. Notice how nobody is like opining the ending of the DCEU. Have you noticed that? Like they got rid of the E.
People are like pretty accepting of the new name.
Yeah. Well, Rational here asking, do you think I prefer DCEU? I do. I don't like the term DCU because it's
was
video game.
created by
It was never official. Yeah.
It was,
No,
it was
I know,
made official in 2021.
I know,
by
I
HBO
know.
Max.
Yeah, when they did, no, it was 2020. They made it official in 2020
yeah.
when they launched HBO Max and they had the DCEU section. They made it official, but now they're kind of, look, you can tell they're walking it back.
Yeah.
They're trying to rebrand it.
Well, they want
because
to
of,
create something that's all their own.
yeah, they want, yeah. And this is exactly what new regimes do all the time. They're not,
DCU
this is
lasted
why,
1 year.
yeah, it's like, don't be,
2 years.
don't be beholden to the past. That's effectively what they're saying. Although
Yeah.
Rational is asking, do you think Gunn will keep Ezra, Ben, and Rey? I think Ezra's got the best shot. To be honest with you, it all really depends on what's going to happen with anything else, because we
We'll
just
see
simply
with
I
Aquaman.
don't
there's a
know.
chance they keep most
Honestly,
of the cast.
we'll see with Aquaman who's Batman.
Right? Yeah, that's a too.
Like,
Yeah,
Well, I told you this earlier, Matt, but like I think James Gunn and Peter Safran are caught in a tough place because just like the previous person Hamada, they're taking over right in the middle of a bunch of shit releasing that's meant to set up stuff. So it's like, well,
Well-
what do you do? Do you like commit to what it was setting up? Do you go to new direction? Do you keep certain
I
actors? Do
think
you get rid of certain
Aquaman
actors? What do you
doesn't set
do?
up much, honestly. Either just like the Flash thing, like the things with the Flash ending with Superman and that, like it just sets up a Superman movie like with like no real setup. You know, it's and then the Aquaman thing, it sets up a possible Justice League movie. You know, that we don't know what that Justice League
Well,
movie
that's
could
what
be
I'm
about.
saying though. It's just like it's setting some things up, like not like
But it's-
directly, but it's like it's giving you kind of I don't know how to say, like a somewhat of a blueprint, but just very
Right, but
incomplete.
I
Like just
think
like
with
some sort of
better,
roadmap.
what's better now is that the two people that are co-heads and co-leads on this are people who were creatively involved since, like, well, James Gunn, who's been creatively involved since the Suicide Squad, but Peter Safran, who's been financially and creatively involved since the first Aquaman. You know, so
That is true. That's why I
So
said when Peter
that's
Safran
what's-
took over.
yeah,
When I said when Peter Safran took over, I'm like, okay, Aquaman and Shazam, those two are gonna be safe
yeah,
because he's like tied to those. So
right, and
Yeah.
because that's what, like I said, it's what's better now is that since Hamada was on the outside coming in, while these people are the inside going up, and so they know what's being set up, and so they can honestly set that even further or make twist the what's
I
being
will
set up
say,
into
like the
their
story
own
that they're
version.
coming up with right now, I guarantee it's very different from whatever was coming before, under any
Well,
regime.
I
or any
think it's gonna
singular
be
person.
whatever he was setting up with the Suicide Squad stuff on an upgraded level, on like a higher level. So it's like,
well, I
with
think
the whole
like
Waller
either
stuff.
way, they realize that they're going to have to go across. I think Suicide Squad is going to be television. I do. I think Suicide Squad is going to be stuff on TV, because that is where you can tell that's kind of where he wants to play right now. James Gunn's having more fun doing television than he is doing feature film. I think
Right.
because there's a lesser expectation.
Well, it's also new space for him too.
It is a new space for him, yeah, and I think that Safran will want to oversee what's going to happen in regards to the theatrical side of things. They want to create a through line to probably a crisis event, because they know that's going to be big.
I think what they want to do, honestly, like I think Peacemaker's the blueprint. Like literally, like what it's set up for.
now.
No. Like you laugh at that, but I'm being
No,
The
I don't disagree. I get it. I mean, looking at what they do with Peacemaker,
season, it's set up of the Amanda Waller storyline. I think that's your through line that's going to connect all the stuff. Whatever's going on, Amanda
that
Waller.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Waller
Viola
kills-
Davis as Waller is great.
kills the Task Force X, and then Waller kills the Justice League or whatever.
Yeah, because wasn't the rumor that like what they wanted to do was like a
they
Secret
wanted to
Six
do-
versus Suicide Squad movie or whatever.
They were gonna basically what they were gonna do is Waller was gonna call Deathstroke and have Deathstroke lead a group of villains, like deep dark villains, and to kill everyone who's witnessed or participated in Task Force X. And Jesus, that's a hard name to say.
Well, no, but that could be like a whole series of like that could be like a whole
I
storyline
mean, you can,
in your movies
like
and
I said, you
shows.
can upgrade that to a higher level of things and higher scope, where it's not just
they can
and,
do a
like-
lot with it, but I think here Geeks here asks, could we get Superman and Peacemaker now? I don't believe so. I say that because I think Danny Garcia is heavily pushing Cavill away from doing anything television or streaming. They want him for the big
They
leagues.
want Cavill. Like I think going forward, Cavill's going to be movie cameos. But
at least for a while.
Remember also too, real quick, I want to mention James Gunn is still working on a movie. Like he's pitching
he's
a movie project to them right now, and now it's
Well,
probably going to happen. So
I mean, he pitched it to himself at this point.
Well,
like,
no,
"Do I wanna do this movie?"
he's got to take it to Zazie. you know, he's got to get over to
but
Zazzy and like get Zazzy to greenlight it, and that's probably going to happen because
yeah, you
because
want
he
to
doesn't want to
greenlight.
piss off his new creatives.
No, but like yeah. So I mean, yeah, he has the Waller series, Peacemaker season 2, which starts filming this summer, um, and then a movie, and then probably another series, and
Yeah.
then so I think Gunn will focus on TV, like as for him his like director writing involvement, and then do one movie, but then have all the other movies be written directed by other people.
Well, I
But
think maybe not written, but I think directed by other people.
yeah,
I think when it comes to the story, he's going to be the guy. Like,
and
Well,
he's the
that
Dave
was the
Filoni
case of Peacemaker season
he's gonna be
1,
the Dave
so.
Filoni of DC right
cool.
now.
Oh, that's going to anger so many people who don't
Yeah.
like what he did with those characters.
Whatever, I
Let's
don't
see.
care.
Ryan here for $5. Thank you very much, Ryan. Says, I know Halloween is over and done with, but Missing Halloween by Mike Inell is a great animated short to check out. Well, all right, we'll have to check it out a little bit later because I'm not. I do want to wrap it up here in the next like 5 minutes. So, but I see you DMing me over on Discord, and we'll take a look at that a little later. But I'm trying to keep the streams a little shorter, a little more condensed. Just because well, it is also school day tomorrow, and I got to be up at 7 to take the kids to class. So that's always how that works. Look, final thoughts on this for me is this was a good move on James Gunn's part. I think a lot of people out there are upset because they have their heart set on restoring the Snyderverse and on the Ayer cut and keeping that stuff moving. And it's not to say that elements of that can't find a way to move forward, but what people want, and what I mean by that is to go back to 2016 and to, when you're, what I mean is like from 2016, from like June to August, when the BVS extended cut came out, The Killing Joke came out, and Suicide Squad came out, and those like 6-week period when DC was what it felt like the most kind of viable future for DC was possible. Despite the hiccups with BVS and the theatrical, the Ultimate on home video dominated home video and really did kind of reset the conversation. And then Suicide Squad did very well with young female audiences. And, what an Oscar. I think it won a Grammy for like best soundtrack. The soundtrack was like insanely popular, So like the movie had legs in many different ways that we wouldn't really assume. So I can see them, wanting to like the fans wanting to go back to that when everything felt hopeful and possible. And, but I think Gunn and Safran are looking at like, well, we gotta keep things on point. We got to keep things within a relatively decent budget, and we have to play to our advantages, and then also build to catch up to Marvel. So, the next 4 years are going to be really, really fascinating.
Yeah. How do you think the YouTubers and the online fandom's going to feel about it, though?
I heard a lot of Cope today. I heard a lot of, I tuned into like Max's stream after it was over. I didn't even know it was happening. But I listened to like the last like 30 minutes of it while I was out doing deliveries tonight. And I was laughing at just like, for one, Mikey Sutton has got to stop trying to tell jokes. That was bad. He made a comment about like, he tried making a joke about how Tom Brady just like wishes he had as many W's as Sil and Mikey have. Like he goes on to say, "Oh yeah. Oh no, it's in the stream." And then he goes,
"That was the joke."
That was the joke. And then he goes on to say, "Oh well, Tom Brady just lost his wife, but I wish he had these W's or whatever." I'm not even kidding you. It was like
that's actually kind of fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I'm all like, dude, like I don't like Tom Brady, but
damn.
Okay, like that's not even a joke.
That's a little too personal.
So wait,
bro.
how many Super Bowls have Sil and Mikey won?
I don't even know.
Like,
None. But it's just this whole weird, which you have to understand.
But don't you guys know that Mikey, like, told us about this Henry Cavill thing like 2 years ago? Like,
yeah, something that didn't even come through until September.
He got Spider-Man right too, the Spider-Man deal right. So that means
dude, but I said the same thing too when that happened. I said it's business. They'll figure it out. They're not gonna let billions of dollars go to waste. It's stupid. And they came together and they made it work. It wasn't like, he holds on to that thing.
Holy crap, Matt! Does that mean you're a scooper now?
No, I'm a realist.
Yes, it does.
No,
Matt.
no. No, I am not. I am not turning into this, my friends, not by a long shot.
Well, what do you know?
That's not me.
Gotta
But
give
this
us a
song,
warning ahead of
but-
time. Jesus.
okay, I'm sorry, RJ. I'm sorry, RJ, but to that, all I can really say is
Ow!
Why do you do
Fuck
this?
it.
Matt
Why do you do
Jarbo
this?
is in his
I love
beyond the
that
trailer
drop.
era.
I love that drop. It's so good. It's so what the fuck comes out of nowhere. Anyway, but yeah, I'm hopeful for the future. The people in charge, I think, are really good. Rational for 5. Thank you, Rational. Says Caden RJ, if Dr. Fate can see the future, how come he didn't foresee the events of Steppenwolf and Nightmare Future?
Because magic and writing.
Because he's dead.
Also, too, they probably didn't want to reference his movies.
Well, I mean,
don't know.
Bro, they did.
When
they
did-
did
I mean,
Dr. Fate
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking dirty, and it was so like the writing for that scene. Like, no, I have to go in alone. Like in like bro, that was so.
Why would
bad.
you go alone? It's just like,
I'm-
hold
I'm-
on until Black Adam gets out of jail.
That whole like this his dialogue in that moment blocking all his
What-
team
wait.
out. Like, what's the fucking point of that, dude? That is so incredibly fucking dumb writing, dude.
But Jimbo, let me
So
ask you this
bad.
though: what did you think about Black Adam getting out of the jail, and then like fighting through like 3 or 4 trained guards that are trained to take down supervillains, and he just like rolls past him like a linebacker?
And mind you, he's not in his super power form or whatever. And
Yeah, and he
he's
dives
still
into the Arctic
bodying him.
Ocean and like travels
Whoa.
to the surface and like
Yeah, and
like
he-
what
he's
like
just
pressures on the
easily-
thing.
He's easily swimming through it. I'm just like, dude, that it's just so bad. It's just some of the things in the movies. Like, I get it's a superhero movie, but like, bro, come on. Like, are they just like blind to what the fuck they're doing with these scenes? Like,
They
it doesn't
don't.
make
That's the
sense.
thing is the
It's
final act of
stupid.
that movie was not good. It's not good.
Hey, guys,
Well,
but
it
I
was
will say, I
changed
will say
a
though,
lot in reshoots. So I mean,
but I'll totally say, like, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I just wish, like, as I've said before, and I will end it after this, but like, if it was up to me, how I would write Black Adam would be like the whole point would be Intergang coming to Kahndaq, taking it over for decades while they're trying to find Sabak, while they're trying to resurrect Sabak. That's their end goal. And when they do, Sabak takes over, but people think that he's the champion from when, from way back in the day. They think that he's Teth Adam, right? And then they realize, oh, it's not him. And then so Isis or whatever the hell her name is, she's like, well, we have to go find the real champion. And then they go and then they free Black Adam. And then the last bit of the movie is Black Adam fighting Sabak, right? You don't need the JSA, who, by the way, never even went by the name Justice Society of America. They just went by the Justice Society, you know, like way to do away with your anti-imperial propaganda. But I'm thinking you could have written a way better movie that would have given way more depth to his character and a lot more of an interesting third act rather than just like, hey, this guy's like, I want to be this bad dude. But his death is cool. I don't give a fuck. His death is cool. Like they nailed it with the death.
They definitely nailed Dr.
I don't want to
Fate.
say what it is, Jimbo's case, but like, I don't think RJ's seen it yet. RJ hasn't seen it yet.
Are you serious?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
I mean, it will be on HBO Max in the next couple weeks, so there you go.
I don't think it's a couple weeks. It's like at least another couple months.
Is it under the 45-day window?
I think it's 45 days.
I think it's under the 45-day window, yeah.
All
I
gotta
mean,
say
dude,
is,
but think of it like this. DC League of Super Pets and Black Adam both kind of failed to perform in the way that I think The Rock was hoping
Maybe
that
it's,
they would.
Maybe it's the DC brand's fault.
You know
maybe
what?
DC's
Part of it
doing-
might be. Part of it might be. I'm not going to lie. I'll agree.
Probably, but also
But-
it's both. Like, I've never seen Super Pets, but honestly, just from that post credit scene, I could probably tell it's mid.
People people said Super Pets was actually a good movie. It's just nobody went to go see it.
You know what? I need to watch it still. I need to watch it still.
Black Adam was
December
the
5th.
epitome of what a generic comic book movie DC style is. It's very generic, but I like the action. That's all I can say is I like the action, but the dialogue and the writing was what it definitely could have been way better. I was actually kind of shocked at some moments, like, this is professional. Like, this is a professional writer. This is what they went. They saw this and was like, yes, this is acceptable. This is amazing dialogue, great moment. Let's go with it. This is our new, like, this is our movie that's gonna launch in a new DCU or whatever is gonna kind of show a direction that we're going. Like it's bad. Like I really hope this is like an anomaly going forward in terms of writing and like dialogue, because if it is gonna be like this generic and extremely fucking cheesy, I'm gonna like absolutely
I don't.
just
Well, I'll
go
say it like
away.
this:
I'm not gonna
I
watch
don't
shit.
think James Gunn is going to let anything get put on screen that doesn't have a competent script or a competent story, and that
no.
is the
with
best
the
thing.
scene, like with scenes like
Do you think
the
James Gunn would like
really-
Black Adam?
It's better than Morbius. Oof, I don't know, man. Look, arguably overall, yes, Black Adam is better than Morbius. But I'll say this: Matt Smith in Morbius was awesome.
Yeah,
You can't say
I
that movie,
enjoyed
though.
Morbius. I enjoyed
Smith's the
Morbius.
fucking
No.
guy.
Not the fucking end
Hands
credit scene though.
down,
Not
bro.
the end credit shit. But
Oh,
like Matt
God.
Smith, dude. Matt Smith is great in that he brought
tried. He tried
He
so
brought it all
hard.
in there and whatnot. I
He
found
doesn't
Morbius
even
to be
know what he's
enjoyable.
doing. He has no clue what his
Sure, he
character is
doesn't. Oh,
about. That's
he
what's the
absolutely-
funniest thing about it. That's what's so fucking great. Not even the guy who's supposed to be the main villain
Yeah.
understands what the fuck's going on. That's how bad
It's fine.
it is.
It's fine. But I feel like Morbius is more rewatchable than Black Adam. Right.
Just
for
for the
just
memes,
for
bro,
just
but-
no the memes for one, and I think it's a more competent story, even though it's not the best story in the world.
It at least doesn't have as much cheesy and just bullshit. It's just a weird story. but,
Oh,
like,
it doesn't have cheesy
Black-
bullshit. It says bad bullshit.
Here you go. Can't go
It's
say
just-
just enjoyed Morbius. Boo this man.
I-
I kind of agree. I'd rather watch
so bad.
Morbius than Black Adam again, because I mean, it's like it's cringy, but it's funny in that. But Black Adam, it's like trying to be serious, and it's just fucking
At least
bad.
Black Adam actually has action sequences.
Okay, well, true. I mean,
Oh, here we go. Black Adam greater than Superman 4.
man. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I mean that's
Could we
That's
could
a
we
given.
could we kind of argue that Black Adam was just
a step above it.
well, he was kind of he was kind of like just a different version of Superman 4's villain.
Dude,
which
it's so bad. I just can't believe that they hyped this movie up and it was it's just generic. That's all I can say. It's just fucking. It's not memorable at all. Like that movie's like dead ass like forgettable. Like I'm sorry,
it's Black
bad.
Adam in time.
But my thing is like, do you think
Well, hold on,
if
though.
James Gunn was in like the CEO of DC Studios before Black Adam was released, do you think that he probably would have scrapped it or redid it based on like how
it would
generic
have
it
been
is?
too late, so it would have already been.
Yeah,
done.
yeah. It would have already
No.
been in production and
Well,
everything
I'm
else.
saying
I mean,
I'm saying like in an alternate like hypothetical situation.
Oh, like you're
if
saying, like
James
before
Gunn,
this was like
yeah,
being filmed or written.
yeah, like in the pre stages, like written stage and kind of like basically, do you think James Gunn, if he was in power, would change the direction of Black Adam and at least the writing and kind of the directing of it? Do you think he would kind of change it up
I
and
mean,
make it at
most
least
likely.
better?
I think he's doing that now. I think what we get now is going to be that. I really do. I feel like they're not gonna whatever. Look, here's the thing, because I do have to get to bed. It's midnight or it's 11. But it's the thing is though is that Gunn is gonna tackle this stuff to tell the biggest story ever told. So his goal with Saffron is to plot a course, and you know that Feige is gonna be like a consigliere, just the silent consigliere, and is gonna probably help plot out. I know people out there don't want DC to copy Marvel. Tough shit. We're in the age now where DC is going to copy Marvel. But the thing with that, though, is you have to play the game in order to be able to get to a place where you can break the rules. And DC has tried breaking the rules with very middling success. And,
Well, yeah.
I mean, now they're in a position to where they're going to be bringing in somebody who understands story, understands direction, understands a lot, and was working directly under the greatest producer who's ever lived. I think that, like, come on, though Feige and Gunn's friendship is going to do well for Marvel, and which means Boy Scout Superman, y'all gonna be very happy. That's what you're gonna end up getting. We got here $5 from Brandon Caterpillar. Thank you very much, Brandon. Saying Super Pets was all right. I think DC movies just need a better creative team. Thankfully, Shazam 2, Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman are in better hands. I agree. Can't wait for Shazam 2 personally. Love Shazam.
That looks like just watching the trailer. It's just the trailer is simply better than Black
I think
Adam.
I think Shazam and Blue Beetle will be really good. I'm still worried about Flash and Aquaman.
I'm not so much worried about Aquaman because James won. James won.
I'm worried
He's
about
earned my
Aquaman
trust.
just because
Bro, James Wan, I don't know what he was thinking by not like being more involved with The Conjuring 3. That's all I gotta say. Cause
Well, that's just his whole thing about not doing about.
He doesn't like
doing trilogies.
Yeah.
But
Which is, and I get it. I get it though.
I'm only concerned about Aquaman 2 because of the amount of reshoots they've been doing. So just a lot.
Well, that's again, like, that's these. Look, I asked David F. Sandberg once about that, and he simply said, I said, what's the deal with reshoots? And he goes, you shoot a movie and you realize you need X, so you go out and you shoot X, and that's it. And that's what you're going to do. So there we have it, folks. HBarts here drops $2 to say, RJ got you covered for Ragnarok this week. Well, there you go.
Oh, shit. Well, damn, I know what I'm playing this week.
All right, you have to let me know how good that is.
Wednesday,
I want
I'm
to.
hyped. I've had that pre-ordered for like months. I'm so ready.
I don't have a PS5. Bro. I'm not getting it on PS4. So
on PS4, apparently it runs amazing on it. So
yeah, I heard that it runs. Really I heard that it runs pretty good on PS4. But
just wait for the Digital Foundry video. If you're worried about it.
Well, yeah. Well, at the same time, I'm also playing other games right now, so I'm okay with that. And then Anthony for $2, thank you, says rest in peace Shazam 2 box office in March. Yeah.
Well, it is opening up.
Oh yeah, March.
March is oh my
god.
Stacked.
March, there's a lot going on. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of movies in 2023, which is a lot of fun.
That June too.
Oh yeah. July for me though, man. July for me, Indiana Jones. That's what I'm waiting for. But here's the thing. So here's what we'll do for this week. Again, I'm gonna try and limit live streams a little bit just because there's not a lot going on, and I have other things I got to work on. We'll do a members only after dark stream on Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll do that after the show. So if you guys aren't a member, become a channel member, and we can do the After Dark stuff. That's where, we just talk, hang out, watch other trailers and everything like that. We'll probably do more of the trailer watching over there than over here, only because I keep getting copyright claims. And it's just like, I have to just start thinking more proactively. Unfortunately, it is just where it's at. But we're going to be having ourselves a good time over there. As always, there is a Discord. Link is in the video description. A lot of great peeps on that side. And if you guys haven't already gone and checked that out, leave a like. Thank you very much, RJ, Caden, and Jimbo, for coming in and hanging out for this episode of Hollywood After Dark. Oh, hell yeah. Fucking James Gunn. Yeah. Look at that. He's snapping away all the haters. He's like, I'm going to snap your balls and finger your butt with the Power Stone. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying right now. All right, everybody, have a good night. I'll see you all later. Peace out.